Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 Eagles Dynasty run. And we're looking at the injury report first and foremost. We've got Dhani Jones and Brian Westbrook out for the time being. Dhani is probable, but Brian is out for at least 4 or 5 games. And we have a formidable opponent coming to town today in the form of the Carolina Panthers, currently sitting at 3-1. They're looking very good on paper, not quite as good as the Eagles on paper overall, but they have an elite defense to match up with ours. So without further ado, let's get into this matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome everyone to Lincoln Financial Field here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where we have a beautiful Sunday afternoon for some football between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams are on the field and ready to go. So without any wasting of your time, let's get down to the field for the start of the coin toss. The Panthers, the visiting team, choose tails, and the ref will flip it up into the air to decide who will get the ball first. The coin does land on tails and will go to the Panthers first. They choose to receive the ball, and this game is underway. Starting off from their own 19, Delhomme finds Steve Smith, and he runs backwards right away and meets the arms of Ndukwe Kalu for a loss of 3 yards. Second and 13 now. Delhomme passes to Brad Hoover, the fullback, for 4 yards. Trotter there for the stop. Third and 9, Delhomme over the middle to Chris Magnum, 21 yards on the grab from him. Dawkins smacking him in the air, but a first down for the Panthers. Steven Davis gets his first carry of the day, carries it to the left side for 5 yards. Mark Simoneau in for the injured Dhani Jones gets the play. Second and 5 now. Delhomme finds Carl Hankton for 9 yards, both of the tight ends getting their share of the action. Dawkins gets his second tackle of the day. And then Delhomme finds Mike Seidman, another tight end. Maybe he's a wide receiver. You're just not going to hear his name again today. He gets 21 yards out of the little pass to himself. He bats it up in the air. He snags it out of the air. And Tyrone Williams and Simoneau eventually chase him down. 21 yards is the gain on the play. First and 10 from the Philadelphia 24. Steven Davis has some jets on him. He runs right to for 15 yards, avoiding the tackle of Trotter and Tyrone Williams, getting that 15-yard gain before Dawkins can take him down. First and goal from the Philadelphia 9. Delhomme pass incomplete over the middle. Second and goal now. Delhomme throws over to the top, or he tries to run through the middle, and Ndukwe Kalu gets the sack for no gain. Third and goal now. Pass into the end zone, and this one is intercepted by Michael Lewis in the end zone, and he's thinking big play. He runs it right out of the end zone. He gets a block from Sheldon Brown. He shakes off a guard, and then is eventually tackled from behind out at the Philadelphia 26-yard line. And this Eagles defense stands up to Jake Delhomme and this Carolina Panthers offense on their first drive. They bent all the way back into that red zone offense, and then they stand tall with that interception from Michael Lewis. And that decision to come out of the end zone was a good one. He does get it back to the 26. He was thinking a little bit further than that, but luckily he wasn't tackled early and forcing the Eagles with their backs up against the wall. The Eagles taking over now from their own 26. Buckhalter gets the first run to the right side for 6 yards. Second and 6, Buckhalter again getting the toss to the right side. Spins out of one tackle, gets tackled by Minter for a gain of 3. And on the 3rd and 1, John Ritchie, the fullback, gets the call, gets it up the middle. This one's very, very close. They're going to call the chain gang out for it, and this one is just over the line for the first down. The Eagles will retain possession on their own 36. McNabb gets a little bit further of a gain on this one, finding T.O. on the left side for 22 yards. Travaris Tillman there to take him down after the big gain. First and 10 now from the Carolina 42. Passes to Buckhalter on the right flat, spins out of a tackle, spins out of another, goes out of bounds for a gain of 12 yards. First and 10 from the Carolina 30 now. McNabb finds Billy McMahon, one of the backups for 24 yards. Gets a good gain on that before the shoestring tackle from Gamble. And on the first and goal, Buckhalter runs it all the way up the middle, gets tackled by Minter, but he's right against the goal line, and he will take it all the way in this time, making someone miss. And the Eagles strike first, going up 7-0 here at the Link, and they are going crazy here in Philadelphia for these Philadelphia Eagles taking the early lead. We'll see that one more time. Buckhalter gets the handoff, gets a nifty little juke move to avoid the hit going into the end zone, and we have a 7-0 lead. But what's this? We're showing a kickoff. What could this possibly mean? We have a man named Deshaun Foster, the backup running back for these Carolina Panthers, shakes out of the tackle from Sheldon Brown, and this man will not get touched again on his way all the way back to the end zone. He said, "Hold on, let me get this score back even real quick." Deshaun Foster runs it 86 yards, more than that, 95 yards, all the way back to the hizzy and the Panthers are all the way back into the 7-7, and just like that, we have a tie ball game with the ball going back to the Eagles. Taking back over from their own 20, McNabb is sacked by Brenson Buckner for a loss of 3 yards, and on the 2nd and 13, McNabb trying to find an open receiver. That one falls just outside of the outstretched hands of LJ Smith. Incomplete. 3rd and 13 now to stay on the field. McNabb finds Freddie Mitchell over the middle for a gain of 21 yards. Minter and Manning in there on the stop, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. An exciting one right there at the end of the first quarter with the Eagles and the Panthers tied at 7. Starting back up again in the second quarter, McNabb finds Owens again on a slant route to the left for 15 yards. 1st and 10 from the Carolina 47. Buckhalter runs to the right. He gets no gain on the play. Rucker there for the stop at the line on the right side run. 2nd and 10, Buckhalter gets the toss to the right again, gets a couple blocks, tries to shake a couple defenders off, but Witherspoon and Tillman are there to drag him down for just a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8, McNabb trying to keep this drive alive again. This one to Owens, incomplete, in and out of the hands of either the receiver or the defender. The Panthers take back over, and here's that spoiler alert. Stephen Davis makes Brian Dawkins miss. He has one man to beat, and Michael Lewis, he does, and Simoneau just does not have the speed to catch him. Michael Lewis had a better chance than Simoneau did, and Stephen Davis extends this lead from the Panthers for a big 86-yard touchdown. And just like that, basically with a snap of Thanos' fingers, the Panthers have gone right on top in this game here in Philadelphia, and the vibe has switched very, very quickly. You can see that tackle that Michael Lewis misses is there, and Stephen Davis is just gone. This is a fast man. His acceleration is off the charts, and he is going to beat you all the way into the end zone if you can't get on defense quick enough. The Eagles trying to get back into this game, take over on their own 28. McNabb just gets his pass deflected there at the line. That's not a great start. 2nd and 10, Buckhalter tries to get something going again, runs to the left for 2 yards. Tillman is there to take him down. 3rd and 8, McNabb over the middle this time, finds Pinkston barely threading that one in there to him for 18 yards. Minter there for the stop. 1st and 10, Buckhalter looking for a little bit of momentum, finds it in the form of a 5-yard run. Tillman there again for the stop. 2nd and 5, McNabb passes it to Pinkston again on the slant route for 14 yards. Hawkins there to drag him down, trailing behind him. 1st and 10 in Carolina territory, the 33. McNabb uses his razzle-dazzle, gets a good gain of 7 yards on the scramble. 2nd and 3, Ritchie gets another chance and does nothing with it, taken down at the line for no gain by Witherspoon. And on the 3rd and 3, McNabb finds Pinkston again. That might have gone through the head of a defender, but a first down is a first down, and we will take it. Buckhalter runs it up the middle for 5 yards. Dan Morgan getting in on the stop. A quiet game from Dan Morgan today. And then McNabb finds Buckhalter over the middle, and he finds it all the way into the end zone, diving and outstretching to get the Eagles tied back into this one for the 13-yard gain. We have a tie, 14-14 game. We'll see that one more time. Buckhalter getting some room over the middle, stretches out, sacrifices everything for that score, and the Eagles are tied up yet again. Stephen Davis trying to continue his success, runs it up the middle for 5 yards. Nate Wayne on the stop. 3rd and 6, Delhomme incomplete. And the Eagles will take back over. McNabb throwing over the middle to Terrell Owens, catches it that time, 15 yards on the gain. 1st and 10 from the 48. McNabb throws it to Owens, bounces off of his arms, and Travaris Tillman says, I will take that, snags it before it can hit the ground, and the Panthers snag the ball back and save the chance of the Eagles taking the lead before halftime. This was inside of that 2-minute warning. You can see Travaris Tillman with a very athletic play, and that will take us all the way into halftime. The Eagles managed to come back and tie it up here with the Carolina Panthers, bringing us to a 14-14 draw heading into halftime. Taking a look at those halftime stats, the breakdown, the Panthers are not doing a good job of passing the ball, but who needs to pass the ball when you have a halfback like Stephen Davis and a backup halfback returning kickoffs for touchdowns like Deshaun Foster? So only 164 total yards without that 95-yard kickoff to consider. In that small time of possession, they haven't needed much, and they've been doing a very good job with it. The Eagles will take over possession in the second half of play. Buckhalter getting 3 yards on that first run up the middle. 2nd and 7, McNabb looking over the middle. He just misses the outstretched hands of Pinkston. Incomplete pass on that one. And on the 3rd and 7, McNabb fails to find his receiver again, Todd Pinkston, this time not able to haul it in. The Panthers will take back over right away. 1st and 10, Delhomme finds Steve Smith Sr. complete over the middle for 12 yards. Brian Dawkins there for the hit. 1st and 10 at midfield. Davis took a toss to the left side for 3 yards, and on the 2nd and 7, Delhomme's pass is intercepted by Brian, hawking the ball Dawkins. I saw one of those signs on the back of the end zones in this game, and I just thought that was just the best. But Dawkins, you can see him creeping in on that zone coverage. He takes the ball away. He says, "Thank you for that. I will take the ball back for my team, please, and thank you." On the 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 47, Buckhalter runs up the middle for 5 yards. Armstead on the tackle. 2nd and 5 now. McNabb finds Pinkston this time, tries to shake off the tackle. Manning manages to take him down by a shoestring. Still a first down for the Eagles. Now on the Carolina 39, McNabb passes it to Owens over the middle, who will grab it for 5 yards. Manning on the tackle. 2nd and 5. Correll Buckhalter going to get another run here. He runs it up the middle for just 1 yard. Chris Jenkins there to smack him down. And on the 3rd and 4, McNabb completes to Buckhalter, who tries to get it outstretched for the first down, and his not luck is going to run out on this one. The chain will come out to measure this one, and we used all of our good fortune on getting that ball spot. On that first one, we're just short of the markers, which will bring out David Akers for a 46-yard field goal. You know David Akers is good for a 46-yard field goal, and the Eagles will take the lead here in the third quarter, 17-14. The Panthers taking back over on their own 27. They give it to Stephen Davis, who runs it to the left side for 7 yards. Michael Lewis eventually taken down. He dragged two or three Eagles with him on that play. 2nd and 3, Davis gets the toss again and runs straight into Michael Lewis for a loss of 4 yards. 3rd and 7. Jake Delhomme complete to Ricky Prohl, one of his few completions on the day for 14 yards. Lewis there for the stop right as he caught it. 1st and 10 from the Carolina 44. Davis runs to the left side. Lito Shepard there to take him down only after 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Delhomme with the play action throws it to the left side. This one batted up by Lito Shepard, almost taken away by Dawkins. Incomplete. And on the 3rd and 9, the pass will be complete here from Delhomme, but the Panthers will get whistled for an ineligible receiver downfield. One of those linemen got a little too excited and ran down the field, which will bring up a 3rd and 14. And on this 3rd and 14, Michael Lewis says, "I'm sorry, I need one more interception, please and thank you." He steps in front of Ricky Prohl, takes the ball away for the 3rd Eagles interception, and this defense is surely doing its part. We'll see that one more time. Delhomme floats it up, and Michael Lewis just steps straight in front of the streaking Ricky Prohl. McNabb taking back over, hoping to extend this lead, gets hit as he throws, incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 10. McNabb drops back again. He's looking for Terrell Owens on that left side, and T.O. does what he does. He brings it in for a gain of 21 yards, but the Admiral would go down again, and this time he needs the cart to get off the field. It's the worst case scenario all over again, almost like deja vu. Corell Buckhalter will be gone for the rest of the game, so trying to find our options, and that option is continuing to not be John Ritchie. Gets a loss of 1 on the play, and then McNabb is sacked by Rucker for a loss of 3. And on the 3rd and 14, McNabb trying to do something, gets picked off by Dante Wesley, which just shows that honestly looked like a 43-inch vertical. My guy got way up there and took that pass away, and the Panthers are right back in possession. Delhomme on the first play of the drive has his pass deflected away, incomplete. 2nd and 10, another pass deflected by Mark Simoneau, and on 3rd and 10, Delhomme finds Ricky Prohl. He gets a few yards out of the play, but a flag was thrown on the play. Pass interference is the call on Tyrone Williams, and going into the 4th quarter, the Eagles continue to be up on the Panthers 17-10. Here on the first play of that 4th quarter, Davis runs it up the middle. Simoneau takes him down after just a gain of 1 yard, playing very well for him, replacing the injured Dahani Jones in that outside linebacker position. And on that 2nd and 9, Delhomme scrambles up the middle for 10 yards, and on the 3rd and inches, we went with the blitz, and Davis ran right through it. Stephen Davis runs to the right side for 46 yards, and the Panthers are right back in front with the touchdown, leading 17-21 in this one. And we'll look at this one again. Stephen Davis sneaking on the outside of his right tackle and has nothing but daylight between him and the end zone. Crosses the 10, the 5, takes a longer way if we're going to be honest about it, and gets into the end zone for 6. It is a 17-21 ball game. The rookie Bruce Perry getting another call here, gets up the middle for 3 yards. Armstead there on the tackle, and on the 2nd and 7, McNabb gets sacked for 1 yard, and on the 3rd and 8, McNabb throws it to Chad Lewis. That one's going to be incomplete. The Panthers are going to take right back over yet again. 1st and 10 on their own 35. Davis gets up the middle for 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6. Davis runs it to the left side, and just like clockwork, Stephen Davis is loose. He's down to the left side. This time Michael Lewis is able to take him down, but still a hefty 48-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 27. Davis continues to run up the middle and bring multiple defenders with him. 4-yard gain. Davis only getting 1 yard this time. Brian Dawkins able to bring him down. On the 3rd and 5, Jake Delhomme dropping back and passing, which is a much better situation for the Eagles as it has all day today, which brings up a 39-yard field goal for John Casey, which he doinks off the left upright, and there is life still for this Philadelphia offense. 1st and 10 from their own 30. McNabb finds a pass to Pinkston, complete to the right side for 10 yards. He spun out of one tackle, but was taken down by Minter. Ritchie finally gets a good run there, a 4-yard run, but Todd Pinkston managed to just blow the entire thing. A clipping call on Todd Pinkston would send us back to a 2nd and 15. It would credit like a negative 30-yard run for Ritchie, so his stats are going to look awful at the end of the game, as you see McNabb sacked there by Buckner for another loss of 5. And on 3rd and 20, McNabb rolling left. He stands tall. He throws over to that left side. He had McMullen if he let him a little bit more, but that will be incomplete, and the Panthers will take back over with another chance to extend their lead a little bit. 1st and 10, Delhomme's pass incomplete. He almost threw it right back to Simon O. 2nd and 10, Delhomme dropping back, throws it past the streaking running back. I believe that was Stephen Davis. And on the 3rd and 10, empty backfield, Delhomme dropping back and passing deep to the center, and that one is knocked away incomplete. The Eagles will take the ball right back. On the 1st and 10, McNabb rolling slightly to his right, finding Owens on the cross over the middle. Good for 19 yards. Wesley there on the tackle. Now on their own 39. McNabb dropping back, finding Billy McMullen for another catch. A good day for that rookie. Not for the rookie. He's not a rookie, but he is a backup receiver tackled by Hawkins. 1st and 10 at midfield. Pinkston got a step in front of his receiver, and he gets a 1st down, and Chris Jenkins would be injured on the play. That's a major blow for the Panthers if he has to be out for a long time, and by the fact that he's getting carted off, it might be a long time. On the 1st and 10, McNabb drops back. He throws to that left side. Chad Lewis did not have a good day today. He had bricks for hands, incomplete off of the Chad. 2nd and 10, McNabb complete to Owens on the hook route for 6 yards. Tillman and Minter getting him down there. 3rd and 4, McNabb with the play action, and he is sacked there by Minter. Minter had just a gigantic day today. 4th and 11, they're going for it, trying to get a score up in there, and Pinkston is tackled on contact, and he drops the football, which gives the Panthers a chance to put this one away. They only need 1 first down, and on the first toss of the play, Stephen Davis gets over to the right side, and that 1st down he does get. Dawkins pushing him out of bounds, and the Panthers will kneel this one out. Now, you could argue that we could have gone for 3 and had a closer game, but honestly, if they would have put up this 1st down run on the first chance, it wouldn't have mattered, and we would have just lost by 1 point instead of 4 points. So I was going for the win. I didn't feel bad about that. And we're going to walk away from this one with our first loss of the series for this Eagles dynasty. You can see the rushing yards just really left to be desired. Getting 33 tacked off of you because of that clipping call doesn't help. But we do drop this one 17-21 to the Carolina Panthers, and we will check out the stats really quickly before we go. McNabb had an okay day, 19 for 31 overall, 268 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 5 times. The line could have done a better job protecting him, but alas. Correll Buckhalter, while he was still upright, had 12 carries for 38 yards and that 1 touchdown. As we saw, John Ritchie had a tough day. Maybe Bruce Perry could have gotten more momentum, but we were trying to catch back up at that point. For the receivers, Terrell Owens, 7 receptions, 103 yards, did not get into the end zone this time. Buckhalter had the 1 reception touchdown with that 13-yard snag. He had 3 for a total of 9 yards. And then looking at the defense, both Michael Lewis and Brian Dawkins had 7 tackles apiece. Michael Lewis had those 2 interceptions, and Brian Dawkins had that 1 interception. Looking back at our injuries, we can see now that Correll had a torn calf muscle, which will take him out for about 7 weeks, and he's definitely going to be out for those 7 weeks. So we made the decision to let it ride with Bruce Perry. We have a strong passing offense. We still have McNabb, but we do want to get stronger in the pass defense. So we made a move. We sacrificed our 2 third-round picks to the Chargers, who are not good and looking to get rid of pieces for Quentin Jammer and a 5th-round draft pick this year. That is going to immediately make him our best cornerback on the squad. We also cut Roderick Hood as a 2nd-year guy who is very lowly rated. So we're looking for Quentin to come on and do big things for this Eagles pass defense. You can see how elite this defense is now, fully healthy, well, almost fully healthy once Tahani Jones comes back. And we hope to have a bounce-back week against the Cleveland Browns, only an 80 total overall. They're not supposed to be a great team, so we're hoping to take it to them a little bit in our next week back. Thank you for coming out. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you like what we see. We are going to be running with this Eagles Dynasty for a long time, so thanks for coming to this one and all the other ones. I do live stream these games, so be sure to join us whenever we do hit up these live streams, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.